Hello students, in this video I want to explain crystal field theory under the chapter coordination compounds. Actually we need to explore crystal field theory as because the theory which is valence bond theory required to explain the bonding in coordination compound has got some limitations. Like valence bond theory is based on mostly on some assumptions, and it cannot predict magnetic data quantitatively for coordination compounds. Rather, from the magnetic data we try to predict what kind of hybridization can be possible. Then it cannot predict stability of coordination compounds. It cannot explain color of complex compounds, which is very important. Complex compounds are colored, but valence bond theory cannot predict color of coordination compounds. Now there is another thing, for four coordinated complex, valence bond theory cannot predict that whether the hybridization gives rise square planar geometry or tetrahedral geometry, and it does not distinguish between weak and strong field ligand. So due to this valence bond theory, let us try to explore crystal field theory, CFT. Now it considers that metal ligand bonds are ionic and there is electrostatic interaction between them. That means under crystal field theory, a complex in which the bonds are predicted as ionic bond and the ligands, they are considered as point charge. If they are ionic, then there is charge, and if they are molecular, that means ligands are molecular like ammonia, NH3, those provides the lone pair electrons, those are actually considered as point charge. Now these ligands provide electrical field, and that electrical field influences the d orbital of the metal ion, and actually when there is no ligand associated with the metal ion, we can consider that the metal ion is free metal ion, or it can be the metal atom, neutral atom. Its d orbitals has got degeneracy, that means they are of same energy, having same energy. Now in presence of ligands, if the ligand field is considered as a spherical field, then in presence of 6 ligands in octahedral geometry, the average energy of these 5 d orbitals of the central metal ion is enhanced. Now, depending on the nature of the ligand in the octahedral crystal field, the degeneracy of these 5 d orbitals are lifted. That means they are distributed in 2 energy levels. As we know that the d orbitals are of 5 types: dxy, dxz, dyz, dz square and dx square minus y square. Depending of their orientation in the 3-dimensional space and the orientation of the ligands, these d orbitals are distributed into 2 energy levels. We can find that in this box diagram, cubic form, that the 6 ligands are coming from the middle of the 6 faces of the cube, and the metal ion is there in the center. And if we consider that this is the x-axis, like this one, this is the y-axis, and this is the z-axis. Now the ligands are coming along the axis, and these 3 orbitals, these 3 d orbitals, their lobes are within the axis. So therefore the ligands do not interact with this dxy orbital, as well as in the xz plane it is dxz orbital, and in the yz plane it is dyz orbital. Their lobes do not interact directly, in a head-on position with the ligands, but the other two d orbitals, that is the dz square orbital and dx square minus y square orbital. It is dz square orbital and dx square minus y square orbital. Their lobes are directly interacting in the head-on position with the ligands. These red dots are the ligands. Therefore, these two orbitals, their energy is enhanced from the average energy of the metal atom or ion, and the other three, their energy are lowered from the average value, and therefore the total energy is conserved. Now these two set of orbitals in spectrochemical term, they are termed as, these three orbitals are termed as T2G orbital, and these two orbitals are termed as EG orbital. Now the separation of energy delta O, it is called d orbital splitting energy in octahedral field. This O stands for octahedral, and these two orbitals, their energy is enhanced from the average value as 3 by 5 delta O. That means each orbital having a plus energy of 3 by 5 parts of delta O, and these other three orbitals, their energy are lowered as minus 2 by 5 parts of delta O. So each one is having minus 2 by 5 delta O. So the total 6 by 5 delta O lowered, and for these two, total 6 by 5 parts of delta O is enhanced. So therefore the energy is conserved in this system. Now in this way, actually the splitting of d orbital takes place in the octahedral crystal field. In case of some examples of complex, like here we can find that depending on the nature of the ligand, the d orbital splitting energy differs, and we can follow a spectrochemical series. It is defined as a series of ligands arranged in increasing field strength. That is, the value of delta O changes by its influence. That means the ligands like CO, carbonyl, cyanide, nitro group, ethane 1,2-diamine and NH3, these ligands are found that they influence maximum the d orbital of the metal ion, and in presence of those ligands the delta O separation energy is highest, and in this end these ligands are having lower or weak electrical field, and in presence of these ligands, other than these ligands, all the ligands do not provide very high delta O energy separation. Now if we look into the specific example like COEN3+, here cobalt is in the 3+ oxidation state, the ground state is 3d6 arrangement. Now since En, this ethane 1,2-diamine, is a strong field ligand, it is found that this separation energy is large enough so that before electron going to the higher energy level Eg, it tries to be paired up in the ground level, T2G level, and the energy involved in the pairing of the ligands is called the pairing energy, which is found to be less than the delta O separation energy, and therefore instead of going electron to the higher energy state Eg, it tries to be paired up in the lower energy state T2G. So therefore the 3d6 configuration is found as T2G6. That is, here there will be 6 electrons accommodated like that, 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6. So in this way the arrangement comes as T2G6 Eg0, and this arrangement of electron provides an extra stability to the complex. It is defined as the crystal field stabilization energy. The energy involved is called crystal field stabilization energy, and we can calculate the value as, since minus 2 by 5 delta O becomes the energy of each orbital, and there are 6 electrons. So total lowered energy is minus 12 by 5 delta O. So the stabilization energy, crystal field stabilization energy of this complex is having minus 12 by 5 delta O. It is much higher, rather the energy is lowered in large enough so that the complex becomes very stable. Then another one, this is another cobalt complex where the H2O is a weak field ligand. So here also cobalt is 3 plus 3d6, but since H2O is a weak field ligand, the delta O is not sufficient enough, and it is becoming less than the pairing energy. So pairing becomes difficult here, and since delta O is less, so electron can easily move to the higher energy level, and the electronic arrangement that we get is that electrons are accommodated as, first it will be given as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then one more is there, so that will be paired up here. So the electron arrangement is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the sixth one is again coming from the lower energy level T2G, so the configuration becoming T2G4 Eg2, and we can find that in this complex there was no unpaired electron, all were paired up here, so it is a diamagnetic complex also, so we can predict the magnetic property of the complex too. And here you can follow that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 unpaired electrons, so number of unpaired electron is 4, so it is a paramagnetic complex. And if we compare these two complexes, then we can find that due to the strong field ligands, electrons are being paired up, so number of spin-free electrons is less, so this complex is also known as low spin complex. So in presence of a strong field ligand, the complex formed is a low spin complex, whereas the ligand here is weak field and the number of unpaired electron is more, so therefore it is a high spin complex also. It is stated as also high spin complex. So here you can find that in this complex the crystal field stabilization energy can be calculated as 4 electrons are here, so it is minus 4 into 2 by 5 delta O plus these 2 electrons. For these 2 electrons, each orbital is having enhanced energy plus energy as 3 by 5 delta O, so in total it is 2 into 3 by 5 delta O, so by calculation it is coming minus 2 by 5 delta O. So if we compare these two complexes, we can find that this complex is more stable as because its crystal field stabilization energy is more than this complex. Similarly, we can take other examples of this kind. It is a ferricyanide complex. So here iron is in 3 plus oxidation state. The configuration therefore it will be, there is Cn is a strong field ligand, so electron will try to be accommodated in the T2G level, that means 1, 2, 3, then 4 and 5. So 5 electrons will be accommodated here and 1 electron will be unpaired. So the number of unpaired electron will be 1 and this complex will be a paramagnetic complex. Its crystal field stabilization energy will be minus 5. There are 5 electrons into 2 by 5 delta O. So it is becoming minus 2 delta O. So it is also a paramagnetic complex. And here for this chromium complex, the strong field ligand En is there, but we can follow that since chromium 3 plus is having 3d3 configuration, so there is no scope for pairing of electrons. 3 electrons will be accommodated in these 3 degenerate orbitals, 1, 2, 3. So it is the T2G3 Eg0 configuration, having T2G3 Eg0 configuration, and there are 3 unpaired electrons. So it is also a paramagnetic complex, and its crystal field stabilization energy will be 3 into minus 2 by 5 delta O, that is minus 6 by 5 delta O. That means if we know the crystal field theory, from there we can calculate, we can calculate the d orbital electron arrangement like this T2g Eg form, and depending on the nature of the ligand, and therefrom we can predict whether the complex is diamagnetic or paramagnetic, what is its stabilization energy. So all these informations are coming from this crystal field theory. Thank you.